Alright guys, what the heck is up? Welcome back to the garage. Today we are on the 6.7 Powerstroke, my 2017. This is the truck that started it all. As you can see, the oil is a little dark. That's a little dark, but we're gonna fix that today.
Woo! Looks like we're filming a movie.
But alright guys, so the Platinum here has not changed too much really since you have seen it last. If you're following the channel, we have like an absolute laundry list of modifications on this truck, like a lot of different, you know, small things, big things, whatever. The main kit being the SBE 370 S370 ball bearing Emperor turbo kit with a Warren 55 over CP4, and then obviously the tuning to support such, and S&B open style intake filter, monster filter. So you can see there's no box around here. This just sits in there and the filter goes way down. Like this is a big filter. And that connects to the plastic tube here. It goes up to the turbo SPE. So you got rid of the whole whatever. So a lot of the guys are running like a fabricated aluminum style pipe that goes down to the turbo. This is an all plastic molded setup here. And I think it looks very good like that with this all black and this all fabricated here. Now with this stuff, I'm real up in the air with the color. I like polished stuff on trucks. I really like the polished look. I think it looks like more racy or whatever, but I think it's time to powder coat this stuff. And I have a couple different colors in mind, but I'm asking you guys in the comments below, let me know, should we polish this stuff? Meaning like actually give it like a mirrored polish. Polish the intake plenum, polish the cold side, the hot side, anything metal, anything fabricated in here, just polish it super smooth. Or should we powder coat it something like wicked crazy and weird? What do you think?
You do the turbo?
Yeah, we'll powder coat the turbo or polish the turbo. I'm talking like go everything wicked polished or powder coat everything.
Powder coated.
He said he's in clean clothes. I was like, oh, we're gonna change the oil. We're gonna do service on the truck. He's like, man, I'm in clean clothes. Is that your clean rig?
This is my not clean jacket, but my pants.
Oh.
I got a brand new shirt. You know how polish looks dirty?
Dirty? Like how it looks dirty right now?
It looks right now. You can tell how dirty it is. If you have a
when we put this on, this was polished. That was polished.
So look, if it's colored, whether it's dirty or clean, it's still going to be colored. It's going to look good.
Right, you just gonna give it a little wipe down.
Yeah.
JB's struggling with the fuel filter. All right, guys, so check this out. Normally, I run 3 different types of oil in the Platinum here. Basically, whatever I can readily get easily, just for convenience purposes. So SPE Dan has tested Schaefer's, and you know I've made a video on that of why I chose to not use Ames oil and go to Schaefer's, because he builds legitimate 14, 15, 1800 horsepower 6.7 Powerstroke engines and has done the research and has done the testing on which oil performs to his standards for his type of engines. Okay, so that's why Schaefer's great option. If I don't have Schaefer's handy, I'll just go to the standard old Rotella 5W40 T6 full synthetic. Now if that's not available, Ames oil. What are you okay?
Can't get off.
What are you taking off?
Is it pop out of there?
No, that's the whole
thing.
unit. Let's try to take the fuel filter apart. So anyways,
You do it in the Dodge?
don't worry, he hasn't done that in a while. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
housing. That's a whole unit. That's a self-contained thing. So normally I'll go grab T6 because it's cheap or whatever. You can get it, slap it in there. Change the oil every 5,000 miles, and you go through a lot of oil. No T6. I guess Shell, the guy at Napa said that the Shell plant had some type of fire. What?
You're like, can't get it?
No, he's the guy at the Napa store said there was some type of fire at the Shell plant where Shell's out of stock. Is that true or is that not true? Anyone have any details? Post a comment below. So can't find any Rotella T6 around. Went to 3 different places. So we ended up with Ames oil. We were able to find Ames oil. Our local Napa stocks Ames oil, 5W40. Now a lot of the guys say this is the best. Any of the 3 I mentioned, Schaefer's, Rotella, Ames oil, is going to be just fine in your Powerstroke. 5W40. Change it 5,000 miles. We're well over 5,000 miles on this rig.
Boom!
We always try to stay on the low end of the spectrum, meaning changing it to 5,000 miles. So here's what we got. Ames oil, diesel oil, 5W40 heavy duty protection, going in the rig. JB's on the fuel filters. He just did the top side. Bottom side is live action right now. And then I just made a mess with the oil filter. Tech tip today for maintenance on your 6.7 Powerstroke. Whenever you guys are doing an oil change, a very, very easy thing to get overlooked is this O-ring, the O-ring that comes off of the oil filter. Now, when you pull the oil filter off of the truck, this always sticks to the oil filter housing. You see the oil filter housing up there. Always pull your O-ring, because if you double O-ring this, your oil filter could pop off and you lose all your oil. Seen it before. Pull your O-ring.
I hate the fuel. I don't know what it's doing.
You don't know what it's doing?
I mean, I know what to do, but I don't know about draining it. Every time I do it, I get soaked.
So guys, real quick, on the rear fuel water separator housing, on the one that's under the bed, right behind the cab, last time I did that, I have a bucket full of literal diesel, because I popped the drain valve on the separator and I just let it go. And we were doing our thing here in the shop, and came back and the bucket was full. I'm like, oh my goodness. So if you're draining your fuel filter housing and you just let it go, it will create like a siphon type deal. Well, not type deal, but a siphon, and it will just keep draining, and it'll just drain and drain and drain because it's pulling fuel from the tank. So just drain, get a bucket, whatever, get about this much in the bottom of the bucket. That should be plenty. And then slowly pull off the bottom housing cover to get the filter out, because, I mean, you could let it sit there and just drain. It'll drain your tank. It'd make a big mess. Batteries are getting tired in the old girl. These are the original batteries from 2017, and it's turning over a little slower. Especially when it gets real cold. I mean, obviously it's like 65 degrees in here right now, but when it gets pretty cold out there, the old batteries here, we're gonna have to get some new ones. All right, I mean, as long as we're not leaking oil or fuel, we can get it. Oh. Guys, real quick, first video of the new year, we are getting the shop cleaned up. So basically, when I got this shop, I never really set it up like kind of how I wanted to set it up, you know what I mean? Like, we got it and just immediately started using it and never optimized it. It just kind of got full of junk, stuff everywhere. So like over like Christmas, like during Christmas time, during the holidays, me and JB were talking, we're like, dude, like, let's get the shop done. Let's get it tuned up, let's get it tightened up. So we kind of already started, and here's where we're at. Shop update 2022. We used to have like a whole bunch of junk that was in this area, kind of moved that stuff out of the way, organized some jacks over there, got the bottles there. We still got to do something with that in the corner. It's kind of like oil junk stuff. We have this big metal plate here to build like a welding table or something out of. I don't know if we're gonna cut it in half, like down the middle here, and make 2 tables and maybe put them on wheels. But we have that tabletop ready for a table. There was a whole bunch of junk here. There was a scrap pile of like old suspension parts there that we got out of here. Just kind of getting this side of the shop squared away. We just wrecked it with oil and stuff, so we'll get to that. We have these new tabletops here. This is just plywood with a thin layer of aluminum over the plywood, and it wraps over the edge. It's pretty nice. I don't know what we're gonna do with this. I don't know if we're gonna make some new benches and use those as the tabletops. We got a bunch of the junk cleaned out of this corner here. It's kind of just accumulated stuff. We kind of just shoved it there. All that stuff's there. It has to go out. But this side of the shop, don't even look at that. We'll get to that soon. Is such a ripper, dude. This is like, this truck is so sick. I can't even tell you. Like, that's like, that's tiptoeing on the gas, like tiptoeing on the throttle. I wasn't even going that fast, but it felt like I was flying.
You weren't going fast at all.
Like, the transmission is still on factory. Like, we only flushed it twice, like a partial flush, not even a full flush. Well, I put a new filter and some new fluid, like just by dropping the pan, and then put some fresh fluid in, new filter, did that, ran that for a little, and then did that again. And that's all I've done to the transmission. Like, it definitely couldn't take a drag race. Like, if we went to the test facility and like hammered it, it'd be like, it probably wouldn't like that. You guys hear the tires? They're cool tires, but they are loud, like loud. We're doing 66 miles per, and they are just screaming at us. But all right, guys, the Platinum is back. So I have not been driving this truck like really at all since we got the gray truck. Now, we got the gray truck in March of last year, and then this truck drove the gray truck. This truck's been sitting. Recently, over the past 3 months, JB has been driving this truck because he sold his truck. He's a diesel sellout and sold his King Ranch, so he's been driving the Platinum. But his truck was a lemon. There was weird stuff going with your truck.
Oh, definitely.
So we sent that, he sent that down the road. The Platinum's back, it hasn't gone anywhere. We haven't done anything with it other than change the wheels and tires. Still factory transmission, never touched. We're at 90,512 miles, and I'm gonna tell you guys, this is a bold statement. This is the best truck I have ever owned and or driven. I'm not making that up. This thing is absolutely sick. So this thing's running like, I don't know, just over 700 horsepower, and it just runs so good. It has instant throttle response, and it's really cool to like drive it again. I don't know, that's kind of weird to say. I didn't think I would miss it, honestly, until I drove it the other day, and I'm like, wow. Like, the 20 is just a lariat, and it's not that nice. It's not as nice as this. I mean, there's like brushed aluminum, all the things are nice and shiny, and it's just a super nice truck. After driving the 20 for a while, and after driving the other gray truck, which that was a 17 also, I still think the truck to get is a 17 to 19 6.7 Powerstroke. That's the truck to get. That's the truck you want to get. If anyone would ask me, like, hey man, what kind of truck, what kind of Powerstroke should I look for, what years? 17 to 19, can't go wrong. They're tough. I haven't had any issues with the 20 yet, but I don't know, I just like this so much better. JB hates these tires.
Suck.
But all right, guys, that's it for today. Thank you for tuning in. The Platinum is back. It's here. It hasn't gone anywhere. JB's ripping it.
I'm to smash the thumbs up button, motherfucker. You're the only person that doesn't say it.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that thumbs up button, and stay tuned for the next one. Peace. We'll see you.